Stellar Development Foundation just became a minority investor in Moneygram. We're also going to talk about XLM price action since they had to use some XLM to invest in Moneygram. We've also got a new token that just launched with a $1.8 billion valuation. And we've got another exploit hack that I have to share with you. Ooh, this is just getting messy. And you see what the whiteboard says. I'm not a secret agent, I'm a double agent. Oh yes, everyone. When people don't like the news that I bring, they try to find ways to justify who I am. Maybe I'm Batman. Maybe I've got my 007 license. XRP Rice 66 says, so everyone else got it wrong. BS, no, sorry. I cited the Fed when it came to the FEDNOW H-bar story. Says, I've seen you get it wrong quite a few times. Yeah, I do get stories wrong, and then I admit it. I actually did a live stream where I admitted it right away and then fixed the story. In my personal opinion, I think you work for the government or the banks. You're the opposition. You're an op, an imposter. You spread so much FUD. Remember those XLM no volume, no price movement videos? You talked bad about Stellar, and then the breakout happened, and you started talking positive. Actually, how it works is like this. When the news is bad, I bring it. When the news is good, I bring it. But am I an imposter? Oh my gosh. But Carp Life 5225 says, what you were doing, mate, is trying to spread FUD with the comments that you just made. Not one person in crypto gets everything right when it comes to the direction of price movement. Klaus is just reporting the facts at the time. Volume could come at any time, especially if certain news comes out, good or bad. But he gives the facts, both good or bad. Thank you, Carp Life. But maybe I am a secret agent. In fact, did you know that I was accused of being, supported by Ethereum? I was also accused of being supported by Bitcoin. Ooh, fuck 00 status. I'm going to be 008 status. Put an 8 in front of it and a 5 at the back. And those of you with calculators back in the day know exactly what I'm talking about. Bitcoin's sitting at 29,377. People are fucking nuts, and I love it. ETH 1840. XRP sitting at 62.6. While XLM is in a slow decline right now, down 2% last 24 hours, sitting at 13.4. Stellar invests in Moneygram, gets a seat on the board. So how much did it cost them to get a seat on the board, and how many of your Lumens were used to do it? And do you agree with this move? Why did they have to invest? Did Moneygram need money? Does Stellar want more influence? Let's read. The move follows a commercial partnership between the two entities forged years ago, where Moneygram partnered with SDF to facilitate crypto payments and lost a cash to crypto service, which is honestly super, super cool. I gotta be honest with you. See, I bring good news. I like the Rails action of Moneygram. Did it lead to price action? No. Are a lot of people using it? No. Do a lot of people really know about it? No. I think we blame Moneygram more than SDF for that, because it's Moneygram's product, not Stellar's product. During the recent go-private transaction with Madison Dearborn Partners, SDF became a minority investor in MGI. SDF CEO and executive director said in a statement, the investment was made out of SDF's own cash treasury, aka your money, the assets set aside to support operations of SDF rather than the enterprise fund. Interesting. I've got the statement right here from Denell Dixon. As always, any article you see in this video, whether I'm supported by Ethereum, the government, or banks, yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe I am sponsored by Wells Fargo. Ooh, I'm an op. I'm an imposter. Here's a statement from Denell Dixon. You can read it if you want. Don't want to bore you with it. It's actually pretty good, though. Keep going. SEI Token, valued at $1.8 billion after beta launch exchange listings on August 15th. Holy shit, that's today. That's why you hit the subscribe button for the latest breaking news. Major exchanges such as Binance, Bybit, and BitGet jointly listed the network's SEI token. On Binance, the token opened at 6 cents a piece before surging as high as 48. It currently trades at 18 cents at the time of publication. The total supply is 10 billion SEI, and the initial supply is 1 billion. Okay, cool. Now, hold up here. I wanted to bring this up to show you that there's always going to be someone new coming into the market. We're never going to have like everything go to zero because there's always going to be competition. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because of what they're doing. Let me read this to you. Current Web3 infrastructure is unscalable, congested, and still too slow, said Jeff Fang, co-founder of SEI Labs, while mentioning that 30 SEI applications are scheduled to launch by the end of the year, among other projects. Builders developing on SEI have access to $100 million let's leave that in because I do mess up. See, everyone I do. Developers building on SEI have access to a $120 million ecosystem development fund, in part due to the exchange MEX Global $20 million contribution in January. So basically what they're seeing and what you're seeing here is competition. The same day that SEI launches beta phase of mainnet, developers claim during its alpha chain, the blockchain saw over 400 million transactions and 7.5 million test wallets created. SEI claims that its network can finalize transactions in a half a second and process up to 20,000 at a time. Stellar also is known for high speed, high throughput. And that's my point with this, is you're always going to have competitors. If people out there know that there's a product or a service that you can make money on, it's going to invite competition. Will the competition last? Well, it's going to take time for us to figure that out. But the idea is that these companies that are in the crypto space, they're about moving money, transactions, and so forth. More and more people are going to get involved because you're going to be like, yo, there's opportunity. Now, when there's opportunity, that's good for you and I. Why? Well, I mean, not if like in terms of an investment and they wipe out the, competition. But it's good because that means the consumer is going to get a better product. The more competition there is, the more that we benefit as consumers. Base Deep project suffers $865,000 exploit. I know it's not a lot of money, and there's probably not a lot of you in it, but I wanted to share something with you, and this has to do with sustainability, growth of crypto, credibility, and wondering also, why aren't more bigger bags being put into crypto? Well, it's because of this. The statement read, "We are sorry to inform you that the team needed to use offline signatures when deploying the launchpad and put private keys on the server. A brute force hack of the server was detected, and due to the proxy contract used for farm check, there were multiple high-risk permissions that led to the transfer of the farm's assets." Here's the tweet. "The loss of farm assets is only a concern. DEX is not affected in any way. We are very sorry for your loss." See how they're saying your loss? Well, are you going to make these people whole? And that's my point, right? If we don't have insurance, FDIC-styled insurance, wouldn't you think maybe more people would want to get in? Like if you knew that you were protected, your money was protected, just like it's protected putting in a bank. Whoa, hold up, Klaus. Wait, I got to be careful when I say banks because, man, people accuse me of working for banks. You're right. I'm a bank spokesperson. You're right. Banks are out there going, you know what? Fuck it. Let's start going and putting people on YouTube that talk about dongs and flapping meat and all this stuff. And yeah, secret agent, man. Ooh, I haven't sang in a while. Gotta freshen up the pipes. They're rusty. But think about that. We are very sorry for your loss. Well, how about you make people whole on an exploit that happened to your chain, Rocket Swap? See what I'm saying here? If we got more protection, more money would want to come into this space. It's actually a really, really big thing here in the crypto sphere because we've seen that already if we accumulate all the hacks and exploits, 67.7 billion. Now, some of these companies are able to make people whole coming out of their own treasuries, which is really good. But that's very rare. And in fact, I'm pissed because that last statement says, we are very sorry for your loss. Well, if you're very sorry, how about you fucking fix it? How about you make people whole? I would also like to invite some comments. Correct me or prove me wrong. Most hacks or exploits are inside jobs. Now, we're going to look at some stellar analytics here. Wanted to show you this. Transaction volume has heavily dropped off since June. Like heavily dropped off. What we've got right here is the 1 year chart for ledger performance. You can see they were straight rolling. I mean straight rolling. So in these 2 week time periods, 181 million transactions, that was happening in October. You look at June, 127 million. That's a steep drop. The last one we had, which was July 4th to August 6th, that time period that closed, only 105 million. So now you're seeing less usage of the chain. Let's go a little further. What about liquidity? Okay, there was some money there in July, but then you could see the money was all taken away. Pumps and dumps. Okay, let's go on a little further. You could see here that volume, right, for AMMs was high at that time. Now it's, again, down to boringness, right? Slow, like not a lot of people are playing in the pools. Look at the price and you're like, whoa, slow decline here over recent time. But again, check it out, right? In July, when the price action was, you see it right here? You see this juicy action right here? That coincided with this. A bunch of people putting money in, and then look what happened. They cashed out. Pumps and dumps. By the way, pumps and dumps is JP Morgan's new slogan. No, it's not, Klaus. Sorry, I don't want to reveal who sponsors me because I don't want you all to freak out. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Regions Finance. But seriously, like following the money, you can see when the market got juicy, people put the money in and then right away they're like, screw this, we're getting the fuck out. You can see that with the price action, right? People were looking at it, they got out. Now, granted, Stellar is still holding on strong, but this slow erosion right here deals with what? Relevance and news. Not being relevant. In fact, you could even tie it to volume. You could even tie it to the volume of AMM. You could also tie it to what, everyone? Check it out, girlfriend. Declining transaction volume. It all makes sense. You need to stay relevant. Now, I brought up the story in the beginning about Stellar investing in Moneygram, using Lumens, using part of their operational budget, which is made part by you. Yeah, when they dump Lumens on the market, that's part of their operational budget. Did it help the price? No. Is it going to help the price? No, because people didn't give a shit. They were like, okay, cool. You just took more money from the investors and just threw it in Moneygram, which was bought out by Madison Dearborn, who has shitloads of money. You can follow the story, and it's actually very easy. When the market pumps, people put money in, and then they take money out right away because there is no staying power in crypto. The good news is, though, and seriously, this is good news, is that XLM is still above the primary retracement that we saw here. The time when you need to really panic and worry gets to when we're around that 12.5 cent mark. We spent a few days here from the 14th all the way to the 17th fighting that 12.5 cent mark where we pop back up again for the secondary hit. But since then, we've kind of had that slow erosion. Very, very slow, by the way. Slow and boring, which has led to low volume of trading of XLM. It's led to low usage of AMM. I mean, think about it. 187 or 181,000 on August 14th compared to 2.1 million July 20th. No staying power. Am I being negative? No, I'm actually just reporting numbers. Or am I being negative because I'm supported by Wells Fargo? Either way, the story is that we need to keep relevant in the crypto sphere, or else, yes, people will get bored and go elsewhere. Where are they going to go? Well, I brought it up earlier. They went to SEI Token, which started at 6.5 cents, got up as high as 48 cents. Pumps and dumps. People are looking for the hits. And when the hits aren't happening and it's sideways boringness action, volume goes down. Erosion of price. There is no staying power right now in crypto, and that's not me being negative. That's just me reporting the news. So you tell me, what's going to make this crypto market come out of its funk? You're seeing a lot of our favorites out there trading seriously sideways for a couple weeks now. We're waiting on ETF action, of which I did a story earlier. I'll have it linked at the end of this video, about how now ETF decision just got delayed by 240 days because the SEC is asking for open comments. My great-grandfather, Gary Gensler, nope, that's sorry, not true. I'm not part of the Gensler family. But Gensler is using every tool he can to stall and delay crypto. Delay those ETFs, because that would have definitely been a bullish movement for crypto. So seriously, I'm going to ask you, comment down below, what is going to come? What is it going to take for us to just come out of this lull, this boring sideways action, and get some oomph back into the market? Get it back. I mean, we saw the news with the Ripple Labs Torres action. That was good, but it didn't last. Again, let's be honest here, it didn't last. What's going to take? What is it going to take? Now, earlier I said I did a video about the SEC using a delay tactic. That's this video right here. Check it out. It's actually a really good one. What am I going to do today? Well, I'm going to report to the overlords in the banking industry and tell them about how much FUD I'm spreading, and I'm going to cash in that check with tons of zeros. You cool cats, though, Have a great rest of your day. Secret Agent Man.